can you start living in the end result of your manifestation when you're still dealing with your current reality as you know it? Today, I'm going to give you guys some tips, tricks, and pointers on ignoring the 3D so that you can make this energetic shift. My loves, it's me, Miss Manifester. I'm sending you all blessings whenever it is that you are watching this video. Today I am joined by one half of my dynamic duo, Daphne, who's looking very hairy these days, aren't you? Yes, you are. I am a manifestation coach, not just giving you the techniques and the theory behind manifesting, but also giving you the tools so that you actually reprogram yourself, you shift your energetic state of being, because what you manifest is you pushed out, this Neville Goddard concept. And so it's all about us changing what's going on within you so that what you push out is exactly what you want. So you reflect back through the law of attraction, all the desires, the best quality manifestations that you are calling in. Just pop Daphne out of the room because she does tend to be a little bit of a menace. Today we're going to be talking about two concepts, one of which is living in the end, this energetic state of being where you energetically feel like your manifestation is already here, where you are living and embodying that energetic state before you see the manifestation in the physical. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we've got the concept of ignoring your 3D reality, and the idea that if you were ignoring your 3D reality, that would take you to your manifestation, and that is you living in the end. Let's start with the 3D part. You do not have to completely ignore and be like, I'm covering my eyes and going, la, 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 this isn't happening to me. Every single time a piece of contrast comes up. We know that contrast launches rockets of desire. Contrast births new and exciting things in us. But that is the energetic difference, is that when something like that comes up, we are going into a solution place, the solution end of the stick, rather than the problem. So this is about, are you being more in the energy of your problems that come up in the 3D? Are you allowing your 3D to influence you? Are you reacting to your 3D? Because you are not the mirror to the 3D, it is the other way around. Like, your reality is you pushed out. I actually hate that concept, it makes me feel a bit sick. But your reality is a mirror to you and not the other way around. When you stand in that mirror and you wave, the mirror waves back to you. But if you see something in the mirror that you don't like, and then you're like, ew, like, I don't like that, the mirror goes, ew, I don't like that. So it's all about you actually being like, no, I don't react to the mirror. I know that my being, my energetic state, my consciousness, my awareness will influence my reality. So it's actually more about learning how to react and how to not allow things in the 3D that wouldn't even be in the end. Like, you wouldn't be living those things in the end. They're not a part of your future reality, but not allowing those things to energetic consume you. So some indicators that something might be energetically consuming you more than it needs to be. So just think about this as like your energetic scales. They're gonna go, they're gonna tip sometimes, guys. Let's take that pressure off. We're humans. It's gonna tip, and perhaps even for each new manifestation you go through this process, I often find that that I kind of almost go back to square one for some things, especially if I've got more attachment to it. But we want to tip the scales more in your favor more often than not. So on one side of the scale, we've got are you pushing? Are you really problem solving? Are you trying to work this out? Are you feeling like a victim? Or is this drama? If you've got any of these energetic states going on, then you are responding more to the 3D than you should be allowing it to. It shouldn't be consuming your energy this much. On the opposite side of the energetic scale, and I'm just going to give you an example of how I operate, rather than something being oh, woe is me, and I'm in a place of fear about it. So fear is on this side of the scale. I'm in a place of faith about it. And I'm very much I know this is all going to work out. I don't need to give more of my energy to this than is necessary. I might still need to give some energy to it, but I don't need to allow it to consume me. It doesn't control me. I am in control of my feelings and my being. I'm just gonna let it play out with more softness. And you know what? It does. Like it always does. I might have to take a little bit of action here and there on it. You know, I can't ignore it completely, but I'm not bringing resistance to it. And what we resist persists. So when we're kind of in that place of pushing it and fighting against it, we're actually just keeping it active in our vibration, because we're just constantly acknowledging and activating problems, because we're always in that problem solving mode. If there was no problems, we wouldn't be in problem solving mode, and it just wouldn't be a thing in our reality. So I really try not to go into that space about it. So to link these two up together now, you will be able to energetically live in the end when you place no importance, when you are able to observe with your 3D eyes and be like, I observe that, but in my being, I do not need to place any importance on that. I do not need to worry about that. I still need to operate and function as a human being and do the things that I need to kind of do, but I do not need to allow this to consume me. I do not need to react to it. I do not need to place more importance on it than is necessary, because I know it's not in my end place. So you're not just going la la la, you're saying I see it, but it's got no energetic influence, and I want to channel my energy towards the things that I want to keep in my reality. You live in the end from up here. Like you live in the end from your conscious awareness. And what are you aware of? This is a great question to ask yourself. So go away and think about this. What is the inner dialogue that is going on in my head? What are the conversations that I'm having with myself? If you struggle to observe these thoughts, then ask yourself, like, am I having particular feelings, like contractions in my body, or do I feel expansive? It's like if I asked you to do something and you were like, oh, like that's a contraction. Is it an intuitive contraction, or is it a contraction from a place of limitation and something that we can work on reprogramming? Or is it expansion and it feels like exciting? Like, are you expanding or contracting? And the other indicator is the conversations that you're having that are coming out of your mouth. Like, what are the things that you are choosing to focus on talking about? Like, yes, you could like have a conversation with somebody, but like, and you're kind of going like, yeah, I'm just kind of like humoring you with this conversation. But in your head, you're still like, no, I'm strong. And I know that, like, you know, I know my reality, and they may not understand it, but I still know up top. But if you're kind of like having these conversations with family, friends, and colleagues, like these regular conversations where you're just kind of constantly on that negative spin, and you're just giving that so much of your, it's a problem energy, that's usually an indicator of what is consuming you up top. And what we need to do is change what's going on up top. When you change what's up there, you live in the end. Like, you are the end, because you are what you are manifesting. So it's all about you actually living that and embodying it. So having those thoughts in your head like, I am successful, I live in my dream house, I've got my dream car, I feel brilliant, like I am beautiful. Like, this is the narrative that we want going on up top. And if you're having a conversation with somebody and that is what's still going on in your head, great. But you know what? Sometimes, like for me personally, I don't want to have those conversations. Like when my window cleaner was talking to me about my dodgy windows and he just was like really slagging them off, I just said, listen, I'm going to stop you there, because I don't need to give this any of my energy. I don't want to be on a negative momentum spin about this. It's just not an important part of my day. That felt really powerful to nip that in the bud and say, actually, no. Because, and like, why should I have that conversation? If I know that my energy is precious and that this isn't a part of my future reality, why do I even want to humor that? Like, why would I humor that? When you are living from the end, you are acting differently. So this is kind of where that acting as if thing comes in, but I like to think of it as just being as if, not even as if. Like, I'm just being it. When I be it, when I embody it, when I behave accordingly to that future timeline version of myself, where I would be like, that's not important to me, so, you know, it's not consuming me, you collapse time in on itself. You shorten that timeline because you are already embodying it. So just ask yourself, like, in the future, when this problem or this aspect of my 3D reality isn't here, how would I be feeling? how would I be showing up? How can I show up as that highest version of myself? What are the thoughts that I need to be programming into my subconscious? What do I need to be believing and embodying to project that out into the world? You will create solutions when you become the solution energetically. You are the solution. Your energy is the solution. So you don't need to get into that big problem solving and like, what more can I do? And la, 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 la. And that is going to be another video for next week, guys. There's so much that can be said on this topic. I'm going to be talking about the law of least action, which can be very, very confusing for people. It's like, so what should I be actually doing? I'm going to do that next week on a Tuesday. If you found this video valuable, please give me a subscribe. It is much appreciated. I so appreciate having you here. If you found it valuable, so you can come back for it next week. If you also want to, you can download my free weekly intention setting workbook for setting powerful intentions, best done on a Sunday, and the link for that is in the description below. If you've already got it, you can also look at downloading my 7-day mini manifestation course, which is super amazing for shifting your vibration, your point of attraction. You are the magnet that the law of attraction responds to, and that is also in the description below. Hope you've enjoyed this, lovelies. Take that pressure off yourself. You see what you see, but it's what you choose to do with it that makes all the difference, and what you choose to put in up here in your awareness. Take care, and I will see you all soon. Bye.